Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another celeb reading. This time it's on Selena Gomez again. I'll put a link to the playlist of all the Selena, Hailey, Justin, Bieber, readings, so you can catch up on all of them. This time it's a little bit different though. The rumor mill is that allegedly her record label is sabotaging the release of her new album, and they're not supporting it. They're supporting other artists. They're trying to block her from #1. And apparently Selena and Benny have released this independently. So there's this big conspiracy theory that they're trying to destroy her album and her album cycle and her career. So I'm going to do a reading on this. Remember, these readings are all legend for entertainers only, and let's get started. Please remember, if you like these, to join the YouTube members. There's a link down below. You can do it for $5 a month, $10 a month, or $15. You get access to exclusive readings, celebrity readings, pick a card, story times. You can win a reading from me. There's a Discord in there that I'm in all the time. I just did a reading on the Snow White drama with Gal Gadot and Rachel Ziegler. I have a part 2 to my Hell, reading from my vision of what I saw Hell was. There's so much extra in there. So join button down below. Oh, right. Selena, the label. Energy in between them. Why? Clarification on why. Selena went behind their backs. Okay. So Selena showed up as the Emperor reverse, which tells me I definitely think that the record label, there's a few things going on. One, they feel like she's, the Emperor is like, let me word it this way. She feels like the label is trying to take control over her, right? Makes sense, right? That's what labels do, right? So she feels like they're trying to take control of her career and ruin it. The record label feels like Benny is the worst thing to happen to her. They feel like he is pushing her into a direction that is horrible for her, creatively and artistically. They personally feel like he's just enabling a lot of her bad traits. The record label feels like Benny is a massive enabler. And it's not that Benny's not talented and he doesn't have a good musical ear. It's the fact that he enables parts of her that they don't like. And they feel like he kind of just... They feel like he's taking control of her and that he's speaking through her. They feel like he's a bad influence. That's how they feel. Now, the label's the Seven of Pentacles reverse, which I agree. They do not... The Seven of Pentacles, like, out of my comfort zone. This is not what they wanted. This is not what they thought was going to happen. The Nine of Swords is like overthinking and overanalyzing, which tells me they didn't really know what to do with Selena. They felt like they didn't know where to place her, what to do with her, where to put her sound. I think they were trying to help her in the beginning find a new sound, and it just wasn't working. I don't know if she wasn't inspired or they weren't liking what was going on, but they were trying to find something new for her, and it just wasn't working. The Queen of Cups, Knight of Swords reverse and Two of Swords says that she definitely went behind their back, started recording stuff and released it behind their back. I do not think that they knew that this was happening. Two of Swords reverse, Knight of Swords, that tells me that she forced a release. So I don't think the first single was supposed to release. I think she just snuck that in. I don't even know if they wanted this album to release. I think she snuck it in. This album also seems like it was a rush release. Like they were just in the studio having fun, being therapeutic, whatever. And then they're like, or actually we're putting out an album. Let's do it right now. I also think that the record label hates the album, does not think it's a good sound. And that's another reason why they don't really like it. The Queen of Cups tells me that for them, they feel like she's letting her relationship get in the way of her career. That this is how they feel. Yep. They feel so they feel like, oh, you're taking massive risks right now and they're not going to pay off and it's not worth it. And the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Cups tells me like, you're trying to get away from us and maybe that's a good idea. So they're kind of in this place where like, here's the thing. they're aware that Selena is kind of like wanting to do different things. They don't want her to do different things because Selena Gomez as a name is a huge name, right? You don't want to lose someone like that on your roster. Even if they're not doing that great, name recognition alone is huge, especially for labels that are struggling right now. They want to keep those big artists no matter what. Even if that means shelving them for a little bit or whatever, right? It's still a power play. But they also know that she's like not happy with what's going on and wants to do her own thing. Realistically, the Wheel of Fortune says that they're kind of hoping she continuously fails so that she either comes crawling back to them or it clicks. So yes, I do think that they're trying to allegedly sabotage her. I don't think it's as like deliberate and direct as you think though. It's more along the lines of, this is what the contract says. This is what we want you to do. You don't want to do it and you want to go behind our backs and release stuff. We're pissed about it, but at the end of the day, we still need you because you're a big name. So guess what? Good luck. So I wouldn't necessarily say that they're actively like doing everything in their power to ruin her chances. I would say that they're removing as much support as they possibly can to ensure that she doesn't get any help. Like, it's not to ensure she fails. It's to say, okay, you want to do it on your own, then do it on your own and then see how well it goes. So they're kind of like, it's like a parent who's like, all right, you want to be rebellious and do something stupid? Go ahead and do it and we'll see how it goes. I have a feeling, yeah, Eight of Swords is reversed. You know what's funny? It's funny because the Three of Cups is upright, the Seven of Wands is reversed, and the Eight of Swords is reversed. I feel like they're trying to compare her to another artist, and I think that's why they were making her release some crappy songs or songs that weren't that great. Because I definitely see the record label mislabeling her and trying to get her to be like someone else, and it's just not going to work. I say this with love and respect. You know, I'm a Selena-nator. The problem is that she wasn't inspired. She wasn't musically inspired. They wanted her to release something. She wasn't inspired. She wasn't bringing interesting music energy. She wasn't bringing interesting, ideas. And so the label was scrambling, and then they forced her to kind of do the songs that she was doing that nobody really liked. This doesn't shock me because I remember in interviews at the time she was saying like, oh, I'm never going to sing again. I'm not going to do music anymore. I'm just going to focus on movies and stuff. So I think the releasing of like Single Soon and stuff, I think they did that because they were like, no, bitch, you have to. And I think that was her way of kind of like saying fuck you in interviews to her record label. Like, I'm not even gonna focus on it anymore then. How about that? Like, they're at a Cold War. Knight of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and King of Cups, though. Why do they hate having her with Benny Blanco so much? Because she won't make them any money. That's why. Hierophant, Three of Wands, and Six of Pentacles. They feel like she won't make them money as long as she's with Benny. Yeah, it's a bit of a control thing, but I also feel like Benny does not know how to say no to Selena, and they know that, and it's causing issues. I mean, I'm not shocked by that. I've seen in my Selena and Benny readings, if I remember, I'll put a link up there to my latest one, although you've already had the playlist. But that's exactly how I see him in my readings, so it's not shocking to see them being like, get away from him. So like when it comes to your career, because even though I love that you're in love and I love that you're making music that you love financially and, success-wise, this isn't what we want for you. I wonder if they had a really big... You know what's interesting, you guys? I'm seeing the record label have a huge plan and campaign for Selena Gomez. They wanted so badly to push her into like a direction and do something with her for some reason. And she releasing this album and being all about Benny has kind of sabotaged their plans. It's like if they wanted her to work with a different producer and she refused, or if they wanted her to do something else, they really were going to put a ton of money behind her next project. Look at the Six of Cups reversed, the Six of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. But they wanted it their way. You know what's interesting is I kind of see both sides in this argument and in this dilemma. I think it's just typical label shenanigans. Every artist goes through this. It's probably easier for Selena to have a backbone now because she's a billionaire from Rare Beauty. It's not like she needs money. Page of Pentacles upright, Seven of Swords reversed, and Ace of Cups. There's definitely another producer they want her to work with. Oh, that's what the King of Cups is reversed for. This is fucking Justin Bieber. They wanted her to release a song that references Justin Bieber or her feelings with Justin, and she refused to do it. There it is. I just figured it out. Because I'm like, why does that feel like Justin? They wanted her to milk that. That's exactly why they don't like Benny. Okay, that's why they don't like Benny. Got it. That's another reason I should say. Empress, King of Wands, and Page of Cups. They wanted her to stir the pot with the feud and the energy. They wanted her to make something about her feelings about Justin Bieber. Like, that's what they wanted her to do. And she downright refused. Something about like going to the past, whatever. It's almost like if I gave you a song and the lyrics were a little sus and you were like, wait a minute, people are going to think this is about so-and-so. And they'll be like, no, it's not about him. It's not about him. And then she's like, that's what I see them wanting to do. I see them wanting to push her in that direction. She may not even, I feel like she felt like it was happening. I don't know if she got proof, if that's what was going on, but I see writing camps and I see pushing to producers to create songs that are referencing that whole drama. And she fucking refused to do it. And she said no because I want to respect Benny. That's why she said that. I will tell you this, though. From a marketing standpoint, a business standpoint, and a Stan standpoint, I don't think that was a good decision. From a personal standpoint, I get why she did it. But I know we all would have ate it up. It would have been a long time coming. And it would have done really well. Also, I can tell you, Selena Gomez wants to be number one. Don't let her passivity fool you. This tells me that she wants to be successful in music. She doesn't like to fail at things, which makes sense. Most people are like that, right? But so she's not going to be happy with the release of this album. It's more of a fuck you than anything else. So she's going to be like, oh my God. Like, I think she definitely really wants that number one again. So I'm going to be honest. I do think that we might get a song referencing things eventually. Because I see her looking at the devil on her shoulder going, should I do it? Listen, I'm not saying the record label is the perfect thing in the world. I definitely understand why. I would be mad at them too. However, from a marketing standpoint and from a Stan standpoint, I think we would all agree that we would love a little bit of a diss track or some sort of emotional track again. I know people can be like, all of her songs are about him. So, first of all, that's not true. Second of all, so join the YouTube members if you like this reading. Till next time, bye guys. They wanted to Lose You to Love Me Part 2. I'm just going to keep it real. Or like a massive, like, You'll Never Be Me track.